Okay, I have 6 o'clock. I'd like to call the December 15th, 2020 board meeting to order. This meeting of the Sugar Grove Village Board will be held as outlined in Public Act 101-0640, which waives the Open Meetings Act requirement that a physical quorum of elected officials be present to hold a public meeting in the event of a public health disaster declaration and the determination by the village president. Governor Pritzker issued a statewide disaster declaration on December 11th, 2020, and in response, Sean Michaels determined that an in-person meeting is not practical or prudent at this time. With that said, I'd like to ask Heidi to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Heidi. Allison, would you please do roll call?
Trustee Heron?
Here.
Trustee Montalto?
Here.
Trustee Conan?
Here.
Trustee Lendy?
Here.
Trustee Walter?
Here.
Trustee Cook?
Here.
President Michaels?
Here. We do have a quorum, so thank you all for attending. Thank you, staff, for being here as well. We have no public hearings, no appointments or presentations. We have no one here at the Village Hall is public, but we do have 3 attendees online. At this time, I'll ask for public comments on items scheduled for action. Under tonight's consent agenda, we have approval of the minutes for December 1st, approval of vouchers, treasurer's report, resolution, review of closed session minutes and recordings, destruction, ordinance amending solar energy regulations, resolution approving an IGA with the Sugar Grove Water Authority, resolution approving an IGA with CMAP. Under general business, we have a resolution approving the final plat of subdivision for the Kimmy subdivision, ordinance rezoning the Kimmy subdivision, and a resolution declaring surplus in TIF number 1. We have 3 people online. Would anyone like to make a public comment?
So if any of the attendees want to speak, they can use the raised hand feature, and then I can unmute them.
We have a JG, a Kyle Kimmy, or Lamar Luttrell. Any of you would like to say anything, please raise your hand. It's not necessary, but okay. I've seen no indication that anyone wants to address the board. I'll close that session. May I get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make that motion. Second.
Second by Trustee Heron. Any request by a board member to remove an item off the consent agenda? Okay, hearing none. Roll call, please, Allison.
Trustee Montalto?
Aye.
Trustee Heron?
Aye.
Trustee Cook?
Aye.
Trustee Conan?
Aye.
Trustee Lendy?
Aye.
Trustee Walter?
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries. May I get a motion to approve a resolution approving the final plat of subdivision for the Kimmy subdivision?
I'll make that motion. Second.
Who was the second? I apologize. Who was the second? Oh, Sean. Okay. Second. Okay. Discussion, Walter?
Well, what we have here is the property or the contract purchaser is creating this 5-acre estate lot, and so it's a simple subdivision. There's no public improvements associated with the subdivision, and we're recommending approval.
Okay. Any questions for staff? Okay. Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Trustee Montalto?
Aye.
Trustee Heron?
Aye.
Trustee Walter,
Aye.
Trustee Cook,
Aye.
Trustee Conan,
Aye.
Trustee Lindy.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Now you get a motion to approve an ordinance rezoning the Kimmy subdivision from OR2 to Estate 1 district.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right, first and a second. This fits in with the 5-acre parcel. Any questions for staff?
And we need to rezone the property because single-family residence isn't permitted in the OR district.
That goes back to the Serenity property when this was
Yes.
all. Yeah. All right. Any questions? Hearing none. Roll call, please, Alice.
Trustee Montalto,
Aye.
Trustee Heron,
Aye.
Trustee Lindy,
Aye.
Trustee Walter,
Aye.
Trustee Cook,
Aye.
Trustee Conan.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. May I get a motion to approve a resolution declaring a surplus for TIF number 1?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Okay. This is a $50,000 surplus that we're declaring out of TIF number 1. And Matt, I think the way I understand it is you'll send the $50,000 to the county treasurer's office, and then they disperse it according to the percentage on a tax bill.
Right. So the village is not responsible for doing the percentages back to each taxing body. It's sent back to the county. They will distribute it through the same manner that they distribute normal property taxes to each of the taxing bodies.
Okay, I'm sure Matt can generate a spreadsheet, or maybe you did at one time, showing what each taxing body gets. But
Yeah, I do have it. It is in the final budget document online, but I do have a breakdown of what the tax and percentages are for each of the taxing bodies.
Is this what you found? Yeah, it's a different one. I must have left it in the office then.
okay, any questions for Matt regarding
No, I must have left it in my
the
office.
distribution?
It's for the bank laptop. It's in here.
Okay. Any questions? Hearing none. Roll call, Allison.
Trustee Montalto,
Aye.
Trustee Cook,
Aye.
Trustee Conan,
Aye.
Trustee Lindy,
Aye.
Trustee Walter,
Aye.
Trustee Heron.
Aye.
Okay. Brent, anything to come up under discussion items?
No new discussion tonight.
Okay. All right. Staff reports. Brent, do you want to lead us off?
Yeah, just a couple things I had mentioned at the last meeting that Elburn said they were going to discuss boundary agreement at their next committee of the whole, which I think we all assumed would have been yesterday, but they ended up canceling that meeting. So I don't know if that means it'll be at their next committee of the whole, which I would assume would be early January at this point. And then yesterday was the first day for candidates to file for a local election. We did have 2 candidates file for the village president position, and 5 have filed for trustee. As I think you all know, the end of the, I guess, regular filing period is next Monday at 5 o'clock. And then I don't know the dates for the write-in period, but that comes after that. But that's what we have so far.
Okay. Walter?
I think you're muted, Walter.
Still can't read lips, huh? I don't have anything new and special, but we'll wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Okay, thank you. Chief Rollins?
Thank you. With all the excitement and anticipation of the COVID vaccine being rolled out across the nation, Illinois began its first inoculation today for healthcare providers. Speaking from an emergency manager and police chief perspective, and by no means am I playing a fortune teller, doctor, or expert in how the COVID-19 vaccines will be distributed to segments within our community. We all learned that ever-changing landscape with COVID. It's constantly evolving, and what we learn today could change tomorrow. The disbursement and inoculation process has begun. Illinois received approximately 110,000 initial doses. 24,000 went to Chicago and 86,000 for the rest of the state. Not every part of the state received doses. Here in Kane County, a healthcare facility in Elgin received a shipment on behalf of Kane County, and it's being distributed by the health department. The state, along with the federal government, has established phases and subphases on which and who will receive the initial doses. Phase 1, which began today, is mostly for healthcare providers. Under Phase 1A is also long-term care facility residents. The Illinois Department of Public Health has a listing of the various phases, listing in greater detail the groups of individuals in all of the 4 phases. I just want to remind everyone and make sure you're aware the vaccine is only for adults only. Currently, one company vaccine is for 18 years of age and older, and the other is for 16 years of age and older. How long will one be protected once you receive both shots is still unknown. They are still working on a pediatric vaccine. Receiving the vaccine is not immunity, and I need to stress that it is not a cure for COVID-19 because it's ever changing. And just so everyone's aware, I've been working with other public safety entities and health departments on a potential stand-up site in the area for quite a while. Once the general distribution phases begins, Sugar Grove Police Department may be called upon to assist with traffic control and site security. This process will be lengthy and it will be taxing on the staff, but everyone across the state's going to be pitching in at the different site locations.
Pat, is there a reason they don't use the National Guard or somebody to help with rolling this out?
So they are involved with the process. There's just limited doses that are initially being pushed out, and they anticipate more to be made and pushed. The general public, unfortunately, it sounds like, and like I said, I'm not speculating here, but it could be late spring before we start seeing the masses being inoculated or available for inoculation. So, and it all depends on how many more companies come forward and the government approves their vaccination. But the federal government and the state police, as well as the Illinois National Guard, are involved. So they're assisting in transporting and providing site security for all the vaccines there was 10 different sites that the vaccine went to, in the last couple of days.
Have they? And I was just going to ask a quick. Have they? If you've seen the list at all about dispersing it, do they have the first responders, police, and fire near the top after healthcare workers?
We're in 1B right now, and they're distributing to 1A, and 1A is going to take a long time. There's probably hundreds of thousands or 1 million healthcare providers in the state of Illinois that will most likely be eligible to receive the vaccine first, and then as well as the long-term care facilities, and then it will eventually make its way to teachers, first responders, and others that are essential.
Oh, good.
How has the public reception been of the boards, the electronic boards in the subdivisions? They're bold, but I think it probably caught some people's attention, and hopefully they're following up and locking their doors.
I hope so as well, and that was the whole purpose of it. And it's going to right now they're in two specific spots, and then on Thursday they'll get moved to 2 other subdivisions, and we're just going to keep rolling every week.
What are the next 2 subdivisions?
I believe it's either going to Stratford Woods, and I I'm not 100% sure. I thought Black Walnut was included in the next round.
Okay. All right. Any questions for Pat? Tony, what's going on at Public Works?
I attended electronic meeting for the Kane Kendall Council of Mayors, full council meeting. This is where we approved the 21 to 25 STP program. Those are the grant programs that example of that grant that we received was for the Bliss and 47 intersection. There were several other reports given, and those are posted on Kane County's Department of Transportation's website. They have CMAP reports and transportation improvement reports and other reports on their website. We've been working with Matt. Brad's been doing a lot of work on the CIP program, putting that together. There's a project in our area, myself, Police Chief Rollins, Michelle, and others attended a pre-construction meeting. The Aurora Airport and the Sugar Grove Drainage District, they're going to do a replacement program for drain tile. It runs along the east part of the sports complex and then continues south and into the airport, up to the first runway that they would encounter just south of Wheeler Road. They need to repair or replace the pipe underground there. They are going to cross Wheeler Road for the 2 or 3 days that they're crossing Wheeler Road. We're going to need to close Wheeler Road and post a detour. They are going to take care of that with all the signs that are required, because if you're familiar with the area, it is quite a distance around that part of Wheeler Road. And we will make sure that's posted on the village website. The fire department was also part of that pre-construction meeting, so they're fully aware of the situation, and they're also part of the email notification when that's coming up. We finished Parkway tree trimming in Settlers Ridge. We started in Windsor Point. The weekend potential for snow never materialized, so we were ready to go, but we didn't have to worry about anything. Friday, it occurred after the reports were submitted, but we did have 2 water main breaks on Maple Avenue in town. And that's my report.
Tony, do we have any projects on that STP program list?
Yes, there's the STP list and a contingency list. And right now we're on the contingency list. It is for resurfacing Main Street, Norris, West Wheeler, and then for a larger project, potentially some improvements at Prairie and Illinois 47. But it's a contingency list at this point. If things keep moving along, we may get a chance to move those into the regular program in the near future.
And are those the 80-20 type funding?
Yes.
And do we need to start any preliminary engineering on any of those?
We're currently reviewing that with staff and EEI to make sure that we can get on board with the timing if there looks like there's going to be some movement in the program.
Any questions for Tony? Okay, Matt, you had the finance report, but anything else that you'd like to add?
No, just on there we did receive the CARES funding. It was picked up last week for the check after a little delay. And then outside of that, we did have the JRB meeting. That's an annual meeting that is required. So that was held last week, 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah, third or fourth.
yeah, the third. So otherwise, that is it.
Okay. And having a virtual GRB meeting is very convenient because we spend more time introducing ourselves than doing any official business. So it works out very well. Might be the way of the future for that. All right. Trustee reports. Heidi?
Nothing. Just beware. Girl Scout cookie time is here for digital sales. I think they started already. The regular sales will be, I think, January 6th. So, Girl Scouts are still selling cookies.
Okay. Ryan, Walter?
Nothing to report.
Okay. Jen?
I just wanted to make a recommendation that we possibly increase our funding with the surplus to for the budget next year with sidewalks. Last fall, we had some disabled residents come in asking for sidewalk repair. I believe our budget had, Matt, you'll know probably off the top of your head, but I think it was about $11,000 worth of funds allocated for sidewalks, which obviously barely touch any sidewalks in this village. So if we can locate some of our disabled residents and see what our worst sidewalks are, and see if we can try to get something accomplished there with some of the surplus dollars that we have. That was the first thing. And then secondly, I just want to wish everybody a happy holiday season. We truly appreciate all the staff. It's really, I'm sure everybody's disappointed that there's not a staff holiday party. I was honored to be able to go last year and help cook, and I'm sorry that it's not happening this year. So I wish you all and your families a happy holiday season.
Thank you. Okay. Rick?
The only thing is I attended a convention bureau meeting Thursday morning. Not a lot going on, obviously, with the holidays coming up. It's a slowdown season for just about everybody. And with all the restaurants being closed for indoor dining and stuff, things are kind of slow. The only thing I forgot to ask Matt, as long as it's on my time now, did we get that check sent to Oswego for the 8,600 for or Groovin' in the Grove for next summer?
I believe so. I can verify.
I think we authorized it at the last meeting. I just want to make sure that they did send it. Then we'll be solid, and that'll all be kind of on the back burner until spring.
Yeah, I will verify it. If not, 8,600 was sent. Yep.
Okay, thank you. And I'll mirror Jen's comment. Happy holidays to everybody. Stay safe, stay well. And Michelle, on behalf of EEI, I think your donation to the food pantry in lieu of gifts this year was a wonderful idea. I encourage everyone to do it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rick. Ted, any comments?
No, just Merry Christmas to everybody.
Okay. Sean?
The only thing that I've got is after last night's school board meeting, it sounds like hybrid students will be returning to school. The plan is to have them return to school January 4th, so that Monday that we come back, unless something drastically changes, the hybrid students will be back in school. That's all I've got. Same. Merry Christmas. Great donation, Michelle. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Okay, thank you. President's report, if the trustees could convey to the residents why we're doing these message signs about lock it or lose it. I think there's not a lot of information that the residents realize that there are people coming out and going through these cars. So the more we can help the chief out by spreading the word, I think the better it is. Our next board meeting is considered to be January 5th in 2021. So we have 3 weeks off. So with that, I do wish everybody a Merry Christmas and thank you all for attending. There's no need to go to closed session. So could I get a motion to, I guess I need another public comment. I don't know if any of our attendees are still online. I always forget about this. Any of our attendees that are on a phone, if you'd like to make a final public comment. Going once, going twice. All right, close that. Joe's not here, so may I get a motion to adjourn?
I will make that motion.
Second.
Second?
Second by Trustee Cook. Roll call, please.
Trustee Montalto,
Aye.
Trustee Cook,
Aye.
Trustee Heron,
Aye.
Trustee Conan,
Aye.
Trustee Lindy,
Aye.
Trustee Walter.
Aye. Okay, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.